Hey, my friend, if you are someone who had the business plan in the beginning of the year, like in December, maybe early January, or in November for this year or any year, and then what happened throughout the year, you forget to check that business plan. That detailed business plan you did, taking your time for a week, sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, put all the number, all the marketing, and then you even forget to check that. And it happens. You are not only alone. Most of the people, I can tell you, probably 95% people who write their business plan, they do not check that regularly. So what can you do? I have a couple of ideas for you. You don't have to go through the stress of not looking at the business plan. You don't have to go through the stress of thinking like, hey, I'm the only one maybe not following through. You are not alone. Many business people do that. Many entrepreneurs do that. And the reason behind they do that, because there's so many changes happen. There are changes happens that's not in your control, and there are changes happens because the market shifts and upgrades. So there's many changes happens. Okay, maybe one of your employee leave and then things change. So if you are one of these, this is for you. I'm going to give you the right solution for you, the right strategy for you, so you can put that in your plan very easy way. This is not something like you have to write down a lot, you have to think a lot. No thinking. 1, 2, 3. I'll give it to you right now. So first of all, what you do, you take that business plan and throw that business plan, because you're not going to check it anyway. What I'm going to tell you to do is, first of the beginning of the year, or maybe preferably a month before, you do the numbers you want. Okay, so and then with that, these are the things you're going to do. Number one, that goal you have, either how much money you're going to make or how many sales you're going to do, transaction amount, whatever it is, whatever the one major number or two major numbers, you will break that down to 4 different sets. Now if you have a market where things sell equal throughout the year, okay, divide that by 4. But if you have a market where in the winter is more or less, or in the summer is more or less, so you divide like that. Suppose in the real estate, if someone doing a 40 closing a year and then they live up north in the US, where in the winter time the sales are slow, then what they have to do, they have to make more on the, out of 40, maybe 28 of them will be in the between spring to summer, and then rest 12 will be on the winter time. So that's the way you break it down. But bottom line is, break that to 4 segment, 90 day each. Okay, this is very important. Not only just breaking that to 90 days, then every 90 days you're going to mark on your calendar, and that is the 13th week of the month. You say analysis of your result. You're going to analyze what happened, so you can correct that before even it's too late. So every quarterly you're going to readjust the plan, and that's why you're going to mark it on the calendar with a notification, that you get an email that, hey, I need to check that week. You do that. Okay, that is very important. Number 3, what you're going to do, based on that quarterly plan, the 90-day plan, you say, okay, I'm doing this much sales, so what do I need to do on a weekly basis? That's number 1 thing. Number 2 is, how many people I need to have in my database as a client, means like they're willing to do business with you, means pipeline. You need to maintain a pipeline. For example, in real estate, if we do say 3 closing a month, and then so that's 90 days, that's like 12 closing, and you think, what, I should have at least 20 or 30 people who are motivated and willing in my pipeline. And that's what the game is. You have to always focus on the pipeline. Why? Because pipeline is a lead indicator, means like you have a control to that. Like if your pipeline is low and that pipeline going to make you business in 6 months, you already have a control now, because you already know 6 months before that, hey, my pipeline is low. Let me talk to my mentor, let me talk to my coach, and let me see what can I do to fill that pipeline. And that is very important, because you don't want to be at the month and say like, oh my God, I have no sale going on. You want to be like a way before, at least 6 months before, so you have enough control to have that business and the numbers under your control. So pipeline you're going to maintain, and on the pipeline you're going to categorize, who, like when, like somebody right now, or somebody in 3 months, somebody in 6 months, like that. Okay, so 90-day and then you have to have a pipeline, and then pipeline also can have three things. One is like how many warm client and how many happening right now, and how many is set to do business, they're under contract or something like that. So this is something you have to maintain. It's very, very important. You don't have to tag 10,000 numbers. These 1, 2, 3 numbers, and they're very important. And then the last thing, what you're going to do, the very last thing is the weekly basis. So based on that, you say, okay, this week in my pipeline, who are the people I'm going to go for? They're ready now. And that's the thought you got to have in your mind every single Monday morning, or maybe on Sunday evening. You plan it out. Okay, these 5 people I'm going to target. Weekly target, and then weekly you're going to 2 target money now, and then also how many people can I feed to my pipeline for the future. You see, these 2 is very easy. Let me recap. You're going to break down in 4 different segments, 90 days your goal. Okay, you're going to mark your calendar every 90 days to analyze it. You're going to check your depending on your clientele and what the conversion rate you have. You're going to maintain a pipeline, and then every single week you're going to only do 2 things. Who are my client now? I'll go for next 5 or 6 days of the week, and who are the new people I'm going to add to the system? They will be my client in the future. And that's all. This is so easy. You don't have to worry about complicated business plan. Your plan should be in 1 page, 1 big goal and the other regular number, 1 page. So it's easy for you to look at it every single day. Let me know what do you think. If you think somebody going to get help from this, regardless the business you are in, listen, every business is the same structure. Is the cover on the top is different. Either in a retail business, service business, doesn't matter what you sell, it's the same thing. It's a client satisfaction, getting sales done, getting more people in your system. Is that basic by having that system? Send it to somebody who will get help. I really appreciate. Thanks for watching, and remember, always believe in yourself, because you can and you will.